Blog Talk Radio.
You're quite hostile.
I got a right to be hostile, man. My people been persecuted.
Yeah, I'm black, I'm tired of it. I'm black and beautiful.
Get into it.
Revolution is not revenge, it's
I want the truth.
We have to dare to be different and dare to tell the truth.
You don't see the fire, but the house is burning.
Pick up a book and feed your mind.
Took over.
How will the people say? You are a deceived people. Nobody else can do this for us.
Take that white Jesus down.
Something is wrong.
Do the research like we do the research. You'll be convinced also.
Turn off Fake Housewives of Atlanta.
Continue to raise the intellect and the consciousness of the human family.
Professor Griff knows.
Yo, I ain't no coach.
One, two, one, two. Check 1 2 1 2. Yes. We're in the place to be. All right, Professor Griff and Mrs. ZaZa Ali on deck. This is NMEMINDZ Radio. On the Minds Matter Blog Talk Radio Network, where matters of the mind matter. Greetings, family. Peace, Hotep. Shalom. Assalamu alaikum. Abibi Afodie. Alafia. Black Power. What's popping? What it do? What's good? Good evening. And as Pan Africa say, you're on the move. Welcome to another edition of NMEMINDZ Radio. With your host, Mr. Professor Griff and Miss ZaZa Ali. Bro, you gotta
Peace, sir. Can you? Yeah, bro, you gotta turn. Thank you. I can now. Thank you.
Bro. All right, this is my name now, bro.
Is that your doorbell or your phone?
That's my phone. I'm adding like sound effects on the show.
Mhm.
All right.
Peace, sir. Peace to the gods and goddesses. Peace to the RBGs. Peace to the Pan-African family. Peace to the Rastafari. Peace to the Native Americans, the Moors, the Hebrew Israelites, all our Latino family, and all of the original family covering every 196,940,000 square miles of the planet Earth. And a special shout-out to all the listeners who send me messages about missing the show on Tuesday. I appreciate y'all and much love and respect.
All right, give thanks. This is the show where minds produce minds, that produce great minds, because minds matter. We are souls in search of souls that are like minds, like mine. This show and every show is dedicated to all those that are dedicated, as given to us by our good brother, Dr. Reverend Phil Valentine.
And Sister Amy Garvey taught us to stand on our own 2 feet and fight like hell for our place in this world.
And we're definitely standing on the verge of getting it on. To bring about a revolution of the mind, that is, because revolution is complete, constructive, conscious, cosmic change. It's given to us by our good brother and our warrior, soldier, scholar, and revolutionary, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad.
Revolution is when women give birth to men, spiritual, emotional, and mental revolution. It is through the womb that man perfects himself, and it is through love that man is truly transformed.
You can be whatever you want to be in this world's life on your way to becoming gods and goddesses, having a human experience called you. It's taught to us by Professor James Smalls.
Yes, sir. And
she in the O. She in the town.
Straight Cali, that's right. Represent. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad taught us that to find God, we must look within. Heaven and hell is a state of mind, not actual physical places, people. We build minds and hurl truth at falsehood, destroying and rebuilding.
All right. This is NMEMINDZ Radio once again. And we're on the... Whoa, hold up. And we on the Mind Matter Blog Talk Radio Network. Our aim and our mission and our purpose
is to raise the vibrational pitch of our thinking into the mind of the Creator as taught to us by the great scientist, Mother Tanetta Muhammad.
You gotta excuse me, that medicine is kicking in. And also to raise the consciousness level of the human family and replace racism, white supremacy with justice so that we can live in peace on this planet that we affectionately call Earth.
You on that scissor?
I don't know, man. You know something? Somebody said I could sip their little pain medicine that they have, and because my body's in turmoil, so I did, and I don't know.
The calling number is
I don't know how much good it's doing, but go on.
347-633-9644. Hit us up, family. We want to know what's on your mind.
All right. And in the spirit of our ancestors, whom shoulders we stand on, we like to say, Ashe. Ashe. So be it. With that said, myself and Miss ZaZa Ali, being on two different coasts, would like to call on the spirit of all of those unknown soldiers. I'm talking about everyone, every single person that have fought for the liberation struggle of our people, that are unknown to our people, but raise their voice and lift their fists to swing and strike a mighty blow in the heart of the enemy to see us through, at least to get to this point in our sojourn. We're carving out a destiny for ourselves and to be totally free and carving out our own destiny. To all of those unknown soldiers, that brother whose mom slapped him upside the head a couple of times, that brother was unknown, but he must have heard a word somewhere. Some spirit filled his heart for him to even be out there, black hoodie on with the mask on, about to do the damn thing. To unknown soldiers that's filled with the spirit that brother has. And hopefully that brother still has that spirit. We'd like to say Ashe.
Ashe. And to anybody who has access to that brother, Michael Singleton is his name, we want to get in contact with him because those are the young brothers and sisters that we so greatly need to have direct access at. I'm going to second said, and I'm going to add all of the young brothers and sisters in Baltimore, all of the young brothers and sisters in Ferguson, all the young brothers and sisters in my hometown, Oakland, California, who rose up in response to Oscar Grant, and all of the young brothers and sisters right now who have something, a fire burning inside of them because they know, excuse me, that this world is on its way out. And they know that by nature they are supposed to be warriors, that they are supposed to be rulers, and they are supposed to be leaders. We with you, family. We love you. We love you, Brother Michael Singleton. That's his name. I've been posting all over our page for the last couple of days about this situation, and I'm definitely going to be speaking about it tonight. But to all the young people, they're not our ancestors, but they will soon, not soon, but eventually they'll be ancestors, and they are walking into the future with that warrior spirit that we have to honor and that we have to respect. So in all of their names and names and known and unknown, as well as all of the great prophetess, messengers, and guides who came to us in the person of great women, we say Ashe.
Ashe. To all those unknown soldiers, as we spoke about this brother, that have fought, bled, and died in the past, in the annals of history, that have fought, bled, and died for the freedom and liberation struggle of our people here in the wilderness of North America and throughout the black African diaspora. We'd like to say 3 times, Ashe,
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 Ashe, Ashe-o. If you would like to contact, sorry, that's you. Go ahead.
Yeah. You see what happens anyway. If you'd like to contact us, you can contact me, Professor Griff. You can tweet me at RealProfGriff. My email address is ProfessorGriffPE@gmail.com. You can text me at 678-557-2919. Once again, it's 678-557-2919.
You can hit me up on our NMEMINDZ Radio Facebook page. That's NMEMINDZ Radio. We also have a Twitter page at NMEMINDZ Radio. The book I'm getting a lot of messages about the book. Let me just let everybody know that my website is about 90% done. I'm just waiting for one last thing to be done. I had to get a new website outside of our website because of some technical things that we're not going to get discussed tonight. But hopefully, I'm thinking by tomorrow, everything should be good, and I should be able to post that information. So I've gotten all the emails. I've gotten all the messages on Facebook. I'm going to send everybody one big blast email once I have the green light for sure. So just bear with me. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow, Monday, by the latest, that everything will be up and running. I had to get a whole new website, so just for this book, just to make sure that's done. So just bear with me. But you can email me at blackmatters2015, BLACKMATTERS 2015 at yahoo.com. And, of course, our email address is mindzmatterbtrs@gmail.com. That's MINDZ MATTERBTRS at gmail.com.
All right. As usual, and always on post, my good brother. Always on post, making it happen. Thanks for checking on me, good brother. And Kanita, as always, Jamal, who was 2 days early on the flyer, but I like that. Mr. Paul Scott, thanks for the information. Society, thanks for checking on me, man. Khalid, likewise. Black Dot, King Simon, Darren, Darren put it down, Zaza, on Tuesday.
I know I got to go back and listen to the show. I got to go back and listen to it.
You definitely put it down and laid out a whole bunch of information.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very, very critical, and I was attempting to follow up, but I'll let the people know what happened in a minute. Smooth Matty Matt called me today. I couldn't get his call. I couldn't get B-Son's call. I couldn't get John Trey's call. One of the pills hit me up because I sent the message to him because Kiki sent me a message and thought she saw a picture of him getting arrested. So, yeah, I haven't heard from Arcus' son. He's traveling somewhere, so I was supposed to have heard from him yesterday. Didn't because I was on lockdown. I heard from Brother Rich. Couldn't answer him because let me just let the people know what happened. Can I do that real quick?
Yep.
Took a flight back from the DMV area. That's Washington, D.C., Baltimore area. Got on the flight, got off. My mans and them scooped me up, dropped them off. On my way back to make some things happen. Sitting at the damn light, Zaza. Minding my own business. Wasn't bothering nobody. His brother done stole the damn car. Doing 90 miles an hour down Candler Road in Decatur. I'm sitting at the light at Memorial Drive. This brother tried to bank the right coming off of Candler Road onto Memorial Drive and ran smack dab into the front of me. Crashed my poor little car up. Damn near broke my neck, knocked me damn near unconscious. Airbag came out, popped me in the face, swelled up my face, the whole bit, man. So,
wow.
Of course, they tried to put me in that cold little box that with the lights flashing with the colors on it. With them people with those. Hell nah. I said, y'all could check my blood pressure, see if any bones are broken. I'm not going nowhere with y'all. Absolutely not. I'll call a damn taxi first. So, no, so they did what they had to do, asked me a bunch of questions. I jumped out of that freezer because who knows? You jump in the back of that thing, you might not make it to the damn hospital.
Right.
They wanted to put me on the stretcher with the neck brace and the whole bit. I'm like, nope, not today. Absolutely not.
Right.
So I called my people. They came through doing everything, taking pictures, directing traffic, telling the police officers what to do. So they got me to the hospital. Matter of fact, I didn't even let them take the car. I took the damn car myself. You understand what I'm saying? The less they got to do, the better. But the brother who hit me backed his goddamn car up and pulled off. Come to find out over the radio, the police radio, the scanner, that the car was a stolen car. So the brother in a stolen car crashed my car, broke me up, backed up and pulled off, and that was the end of the story. My ass ended up went to Emory first. I said, nope, not feeling these people here in the emergency room. I bounced, went over to the trauma center at Grady Hospital in downtown Atlanta, and so sat there 5-6 hours having to deal with that. Family came through, Pop Diesel from S1Ws from Public Enemy, few other people came through. My nieces came to stand guard like MGT, make sure nothing happened to me. Yeah, but yeah, so got home, took a swig of that pain medicine. I was out. Woke up with the stiffest backache, damn near couldn't walk. But we soldiers. We can't let that stop us. Can you imagine Harriet Tubman getting a backache? Absolutely not. We just got to keep pushing. So I'm here on the microphone.
I'm sure she got plenty of backache. She just didn't let them stop her.
Exactly, but she didn't have a cell phone and she couldn't go to the mall and get a new pair of sneakers. Shit. So we got to do what we got to do, right or wrong.
Correct.
Right. So we got to do what we got
on behalf of all of our listeners and the family out there, we are glad that you are okay and that you are, just stepping up and being the soldier that you are and, doing what you got to do to make sure that we get this message out to our people. As you instructed me yesterday or a couple of days ago when I was feeling overwhelmed and, very frustrated looking at what was going on in Baltimore and just really, really getting tired of seeing this same thing over and over and over and seeing how it's playing out the same every single time. But, we got to keep doing what we do. And as Sister Monique told me, shout out to Sister Monique, we are the voice of the voiceless, and this is extremely important what we're doing. This is a small aspect of what we're going to be doing. Like I told you yesterday, I want to go to Baltimore, but I don't want to sit in a room and talk to a bunch of know-it-alls. I want to get the Michael Singletons and them young brothers, those Bloods and those Crips who are out protecting our people. We got to get them in the room. We need to get them in the room and take all of this knowledge and information and warrior spirit that we have, studying the enemy's mind all this time, and give it to them.
Right.
And let them turn it into that real relative movement that's going to move our people forward. So shout out to Brother Darren Muhammad for holding it down with the show on Tuesday. And I know you talked to him about setting something up where we can come out there and talk about what you guys talked about Tuesday as well as what we're going to talk about today, because it's going down.
Exactly.
I put up on the Facebook page yesterday, not too long ago, martial law was a conspiracy theory.
Right.
You talking about martial law, everybody's like, oh, please, that's never going to happen. That's a conspiracy theory. I don't do conspiracy theory. Really? Well, okay. So Ferguson, they declared martial law. Boston, they declared martial law for 2 men who made homemade bombs. And now there's martial law in Baltimore, right next door to Washington, D.C. It's like a rock away from the nation's capital. So we need to be paying real serious attention right now. We ain't even talking about what happened in South Carolina anymore. You notice that?
Right. And the name of Michael Brown's fading from our memory.
Eric Garner.
Right. It's fading.
Trayvon Martin is he's a has-been.
Yeah, they're like, who? When you mention Trayvon Martin, so, oh. And then now we're even getting confused about which one is which now. It's so many.
Exactly.
It's happening so frequently.
Exactly.
You're like, okay, which one was that? In what city was that? Which officer shot him? It says, did you hear about the black man killed by police this month? Walter Scott shot 8 times in the back in Charleston. No, I'm sorry. The other one. Oh, you mean the 17-year-old Justice Howell who was shot twice in the back outside Chicago 3 hours after Walter Scott was murdered? No, I'm sorry. The other one. Philip White in New Jersey whose face was chewed off by the canine dog and bled to death while officers tried to seize the video evidence from witnesses. I'm sorry. No, it's the other one. Eric Harris from Tulsa who was screamed, "Oh my God, I'm losing my breath," after being shot in the back, to which the commanding officer responded, "Fuck your breath." No, is it that one or is it the other one? Freddie Gray from Baltimore. So we don't even know which one. We have a conversation about which one and put them in context. It's so many.
Right. Yep. Let me say this real quick.
Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to say to white people, stop texting me trying to act like you black, trying to get information from me. If you really want to help, we don't mind you being white. Step up with all your whiteness because we got a job for you. We're not letting you off the hook. You're not getting a pass. All right? We're going to reintroduce you to some real black people so you can, if you really want to, and you pretend on CNN like you really want to. I'm seeing the sincerity in your face. You understand what I'm saying? But if you really want to do some real work, all right, we have a job for you. Call me 678-557-2919. Other than you holding up a damn sign and you mimicking some little chants that are going on, and you screaming at police officers that are not listening or you're probably related to, we have some real work for you. Call me. I'm sorry. Go on.
I just wanted to say, and you probably did this already on Tuesday, but shout out to the FOI out in Baltimore. Shout out to all the pastors and the brothers and sisters who got together and stood in solidarity in the streets of Baltimore, protecting. I don't know, some people say it looked like they was protecting the police. I don't know, the jury's still out on that. But you know what I'm saying? We have to commend them because they could have been at home watching the whole thing go down on TV. All of those brothers and sisters. Shout out to the Bloods and the Crips and Black Mafia family who came together and were united for one cause. I saw there was a fight in the middle of the street. Looked like it was, you know, still a few niggas sprinkled throughout the situation, but you know, you don't change overnight. This is a slow process, and we're trying to wake our people up. So shout out to all of those. You know, I put the post up on my Facebook page saying, black men, you got to go out there and get our children and get control of the streets, and they did that.
Right.
They held it down. So I just want to send, you know, much love and respect to all of the brothers and sisters, specifically the FOI, specifically the Bloods and the Crips, and the Black Mafia family, and all of the unknown brothers and sisters who were out there doing a damn thing that we don't even know their names, and we don't need to know their names. Just keep up the good work, the God work, and I appreciate it.
No, that's real. That's real talk, as they say. And you're right. Those niggas that we see today will be the black Nagas, will be the Nagas tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. From
so
we're not
giving up on them. We're not giving up on them.
Somebody just came on our page. You know, I put the post up with a young brother, a picture of Michael Singleton, just saying, you know, he stood up for something he believed in, and we respect you. And some dude came on and said, complacent child, just as his cooning ass mama with all that weave in her head. You ain't no better than his mother. Like, how dare you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this brother's coming into his own right in front of our eyes. How dare you? How dare any of us criticize him? They're growing up in a damn war zone. Did you look at the surroundings when Anderson Cooper was interviewing her?
Right.
Where they were at? The abandoned buildings and the graffiti on the wall. Like, I'm going to try real hard not to cuss this show, because I especially when I start talking about this sister. If I do happen to slip up, please, family, just forgive me. You know, charge it to my head and not my heart. But, yeah, we don't give up on our children like that, ever. We don't do that.
But you know something? They that's part of the Psy-ops, and that was the show on Tuesday. This is part 2 tonight. That was part of the whole psychological operation that was going on, ZaZa. They have to choose those kind of scenes to keep you in that mindset, to keep you locked into that low vibratory frequency, to keep you thinking hood, keep you thinking low vibration.
Right.
In order for them to shoot down as many black men as they did, they have to reduce the black man down to the lowest level of an animal, be below a dog, because they respect dogs.
Yeah.
They have a high place in their hearts for dogs.
And have his ignorant mother on TV slapping her son around like he's a little damn dog. And then I put, you know, on my page, write about it, all these damn black women and white women came out of nowhere. She did what was right. They this, they that. And first of all, I would say 90% of these damn women, I know for a fact that's the Scandal and Empire crowd.
Right.
That's the Scandal and Empire audience. You ain't even talking about why is he wearing a mask. You don't even know history.
Right.
You don't, like you don't even know about agent provocateurs.
Right.
You don't even know that they have people planted in the protests that are throwing rocks and bottles at police who are starting the whole thing. You don't even know that the police were throwing rocks and bottles at the people before they chased them down. Shut up.
Right. And then
are the women.
Right.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Go on. I'm sorry.
These are the women that are making our sons punks. And I want to let all these young brothers and sisters, but particularly the young brothers, know there's some women here that ain't going for that. We're not having that. We understand the role that some of our women have played in destroying our families and in destroying the minds and the spirits of our sons. We're not having that shit no more. I just need to get that young brother in my presence and tell him how proud I am of him. I don't give a damn if he was throwing bricks, bottles, rocks, whatever. It's a lot of other things that he could have been doing.
Right, exactly.
I keep seeing all these damn videos every single day. Black men getting pulled over by the police, slammed on the ground, knee stuck in their back, knee stuck on their neck. You know what kind of fire that's building up inside of these brothers? And you got the audacity to snatch his mask off of his face, then to turn around and have him do a damn interview on CNN?
Wow.
Where everybody knows who he is now?
Right. Exactly.
How dare you?
Stupid.
You're a single mother with 6 children. How the hell you pay for all that damn weed?
Right.
That's personal. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. Forgive me, because I'm not trying to go below the belt.
That's what somebody put on the page. But my thing is, why the brother?
But you know, I'm trying to keep it respectful, because I don't want the young brother, I don't want to say anything that's going to make him feel like, you know, like it's personal against his mother, because it's not. That's not even the issue. My issue is how, like, to be that emotional and that enraged. Were you that emotional and fired up when Freddie Gray got killed? Are our sisters ever that damn fired up when these devils keep killing our sons in the streets? Where are y'all at? What are y'all doing? Well, he would have ended up doing this, and he would have ended up. Do you support black boys throwing bottles at the police? Plead the fifth on that. And I damn sure ain't finna say nothing online that's gonna put me in jeopardy. I plead the fifth on that. But what I do respect is these young brothers being in the streets, doing something and fighting for something bigger than themselves. Some of these women, some of the mindset of a lot of these black women, straight up gotta go. Like, seriously. You talk about 10,000 bullets being for the first 10,000 bullets being for our people. I'm not even gonna take it to a physical level, but it's a segment of black women in our community. Y'all need to die off. I don't care. You could go, like, you know, stay in a beauty salon, stay in a club, keep watching TV, but just stay out of the way.
Right, exactly.
And out of the minds and in the ears of these young brothers and these young sisters who are trying to find themselves, because you behind times. This is like a serious war that's taking place right now. How dare you embarrass that young brother and then make him do that interview like that, man? That just pisses me off to no degree. I kid you not.
Right.
I'm not even lying.
I mean, our brothers, our young brothers that are coming up are seeing what's going on, and they're responding the best way they know how. Before some of these imps and these clowns and these handkerchief-head, bootlicking Negroes sit back in their comfortable homes with their remotes in their hand, criticizing the brothers. I think we said it some time ago. Why weren't you the one setting up the political education class to educate them young brothers so when something do go down, they know how to respond? You never did that. These people never did that.
Exactly.
So these brothers are responding the best way that they know how, plain and simple.
We keep telling our children what not to do.
Right.
We are not telling them what to do.
Right.
We keep saying, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. We are not telling them what to do. And we scared as hell to confront the system that is destroying them. So, you know, that's part, and this is the other thing that I wanted to say, because, you know, of course, the show today is about Psy-ops. How many times I was in the house and, just moving around, whatever. So I had CNN on all day long as I'm moving around doing whatever I'm doing. How many times did they run that video of that woman hitting her son over and over and over and over and over? It's the same thing with them playing the video of Mike Brown's body laid out in the ground. It's the same thing with Eric Garner's murder, Oscar Grant's murder. This is having a psychological impact not only on our people, not only on our children, but the whole entire world.
Right.
It's desensitizing people to the black man's struggle. It's desensitizing people and making us look like we are less than human. Yes, there are some people who are out the street. Sorry, your background is super loud. I don't know what you're doing. Yeah, thank you. There's some people out in the streets who, are feeling compassion for what we're going through. But I'm telling you, if you read all of these comments on some of these blogs, these different articles and whatnot, a lot of these people don't give a damn about anything that our people are going through right now. They really don't. Right.
They're not sympathetic or empathetic to what's going on. It almost seems like the woman that was hitting her son just oblivious to the fact that there's a war being waged on young black men, and it almost seemed like white police officers have been given the okay to kill young black boys.
Yeah. And she's like, I lost it. I lost it. I didn't even realize the cameras were out there. I lost it. Really?
But you see, the whole idea.
Can you afford to lose it as a single black mother with no job with 6 children? Can you really afford to do that? Now, this is talking real talk. That's a logical question. You can't even afford to lose it ever under any condition.
Exactly.
Because 9 times out of 10, she's getting a check from the system right now to take care of her children. You ain't even in a position to lose it.
Right. But my thing is, would you think that the sister circles there, now seeing that, the sister circles would pull that sister in? The brothers, whatever organization they're from, and I don't want to call any names, would contact that sister and say, sister, we have an organization that brother can join. We could train that brother, or we could teach that brother and bring that brother into a rites of passage program. We could bring that brother into manhood. And then in a minute, it almost seems like he's going to be old enough to be on his own any old damn way.
Well, that's what I was going to say. The brothers there are going to have to probably reach him through him because, like I was telling the sister on the page, she looks like she's campaigning for a job. She's been on The View. She's been on CNN. She was on another show. I saw a comment from her. So she's on this media blitz now. And the CNN, Anderson Cooper made a comment and said hopefully somebody in that area will see her and, help her to get a job. So it seems to me like, the system of racism, white supremacy always rewards those of us who, whether it's directly or indirectly, do something that benefits their cause. And she's definitely, mom of the year now. So she's going to get hired real quick. Trust and believe that. And when she does, she's going to be even more marginalized and ostracized as far as doing anything that would bring out that warrior in her son. Because she's being rewarded for, for doing the exact opposite. So we got to get at him. The brother's got to reach out to him and help that young brother to cultivate that spirit and manhood for that matter. Right.
Now, but Zaza, dealing with the Psy-ops.
Yes.
I read a basic definition on Tuesday, and the Psy-ops is the dissemination of truthful information to foreign audiences in support of the United States policy and national objectives. Underline the word objectives. Used during peacetime contingencies. We understand what peacetime is, but even during quote-unquote peacetimes, those of us that are unaware of the language that they use, all right, need to understand there is a difference. When you hear the term peacetime, understand what other time could there possibly be if this is peacetime, because these are the people that have been at war ever since they've been on the planet. And then when you hear terms like contingency, don't just let it fly. Look the word up and see what it means. These people have contingency plans and objectives. And it says here, and declared war. These activities are not a form of force. We have to keep that in mind because these things appear to be non-violent. This is their front. So these contingencies are non-violent because they don't want to shake people up. They want it to be a smooth transition into the concentration camp and accept your torture and your death and suffer peacefully, as Malcolm says. So this is not a form of force, but are the force of multipliers that use non-violent means in often violent environments. I'm going to read that last sentence again. Multipliers that use non-violent means in often violent environments. Environments, I'm breaking from the definition now, environments in which they create, as Darren said. They create the environment. The mayor slipped up and said it. Did you hear her? She said she gave them time to loot. She gave the looters, thugs, time to loot. That's the plan. She slipped up and let it out.
Yep.
She gave them time to destroy the property. So someone eloquently came along and basically talked about if the property damage is more upsetting to you than institutionalized racism, your moral compass needs realignment. Now that woman's behavior, smacking and slapping on her child, in a Psy-ops, they take that. All of the alphabet boys will take it and broadcast it throughout the globe. Now, to others that are sitting home with absolutely nothing to do, that becomes your behavior. Once that becomes your behavior, guess who you're working for subconsciously? You're working against your own children, against your own rise, and you're working for white people.
Yep.
And we have to understand this, dealing with looking through the lens of this psychological operation that's going on in Baltimore, in Tubman City.
I agree, and that's why they keep showing that video, that image over and over and over and over. That's why they keep showing it. Everybody's seen it now. Why do you keep showing it?
Right.
Because they are cultivating and manipulating the minds. That's why I was just telling the sister Adina in the chat room. They're going to elevate her to teach black women how and what to do with their sons.
Right. Well, repetition is the mother of learning. And they need to show it over and over and over and over until we get it etched in our brains, and that becomes the behavior now. And it's almost like, and I'm not being disrespectful to anyone that's out on the front line, it's almost like, let me see if I can go out there and be the savior for the black community. I'm not going to do ish. I'm not going to do anything prior to prevent these things from happening. But once it happens, I'm going to go out there on the front lines with the bullhorn. Hint. Anyway, I'm going to go out there, and my voice and what I'm saying is going to be the equivalent of a roach pissing on cotton in a warehouse somewhere, which we will never hear or see that roach again, if you follow my drift. Some people got very angry at Darren Muhammad for calling certain people out on Tuesday. I say to those people, where are you? ZaZa said a few minutes ago, it's going down. I want to add on to that. It's going down, and whether you are involved or not, Che Guevara said there's no one that's going to sit on the sideline. You're either in the revolution or you die. Because when the mothers finish slapping their children around, when they finish arresting and throwing bombs at gang bangers and gang members who are there on the front lines to help, gassing them, when the church people finally go back to their churches and everything died down and they repair the CVS store, what's going to happen? It's going to be right back to business as usual. You understand? So we need to understand this. So we're going to break for a commercial. Matter of fact, let's break for the commercial. Let's come back and let's deal with the words of your president, ZaZa, calling young black men thugs. Let's talk about that as we break. This is Professor Griff and Miss ZaZa Ali, Professor Griff in the ATL, and Miss ZaZa Ali from the town. I don't know where you at where you at?
Oakland, California. Let's be specific.
No, I mean east side, west
I'm
side,
in the
south
east.
side.
I'm in the east side.
To the east, my brother, to the east. All right, we're going to be black. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali on Enemy Minds Radio, and we will be right black.
All Them DVDs has got you covered for your DVD needs. History, Pan-Africanism, religion, metaphysics, health, astrology, economics, and more. AllThemDVDs.com has over 7,000 titles. If you don't have it, we'll get it. Go to AllThemDVDs.com now for discounts. That's AllThemDVDs.com or call 267-257-3270. Yes, All Them DVDs. Remember, AllThemDVDs.com.
Get your loved one out of jail. Express Bail Bonding Company is located at 236 Forsyth Street, Southwest Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. We provide professional and courteous service with getting your loved ones out of jail fast. We are open 24 hours a day and provide service in the surrounding Georgia counties and the United States. Call us at 404-522-3201. Again, that's 404-522-3201. Once again, that's 404-522-3201.
At Eat, Drink, and Be Conscious, we have a world of products choosing organic ingredients first and 100% all-natural superior ingredients second. Eat, Drink, and Be Conscious created 100% all-natural personal skincare line, the home of our aluminum-free 100% all-natural deodorant with bentonite clay, with or without probiotics for adults and children. Our silky smooth, 100% pure shea butter-based skin souffle is great for your skin, especially dry skin, all made with fragrances or pure essential oils. All of our products contain no useless carrier oils, no parabens, no animal derivatives, just no-nonsense skin food. It's good for you. We even have 100% all-natural fluoride-free toothpaste that remineralizes your teeth and helps prevent tooth decay. Visit edmbc.com. Order your superior products today. Health is wealth, and you're worth it. edmbc.com.
In the Chevy all black, bitch. Can't see me cause I'm riding in the back, bitch. Big 45 loaded in my lap, bitch. Mouth full of truth, pocket full of bags, bitch. Yeah, they got my straw man stacking cash. I'm coming for them, tell the feds they can kiss my ass. Push me out the pussy in the wall. Tried to move on, born in the uniform. I never take it off, it costs everything. Paid for this with pain, let it rain like syringe out. Wet them with a cinch out, elements and minerals. Drop it down the dish down and spit it out. High-tech intellectual violence. Trumpets and violence that float on the silence, but rough enough to break New York and Strong Island. We at war cause we got it. 2012 to the day we burn every fucking dollar. All black, bitch. You can't see me cause I'm riding in the back, bitch. Big 45 loaded in my lap, bitch. Mouth full of truth, pockets full of fat, bitch. American fact, sadly now you're a refugee. African, Georgian American, no war, bitch. Black, as gladly as a matter of fact. Can't understand the slow response to white corporate objects. Twist system like twisted system. Bad education town and no one missed them. Proud as stepping over helpless victims. They shift the blame and we struggle through the pain. Fight to stay alive, we might as well stay alive. My Alpha 21, ride, night one homicide. Black water, creeping through the midst of the fog. On the heels of the hip-hop god.
1-2. Professor Griff Society and Kyrie Wynn, 7 octaves, doing the damn thing with the War Cry. All right. Yeah, the name of the song is War Cry, not Distorted. But anyway, we're Black, Professor Griff and Ms. ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio, and we're talking about the Psy-ops. We're talking about the psychological operations. We're talking about the prelude to the global population control. And what you're seeing now is probably exercise, live exercise and live drills on up and doing, which is part of a bigger thing. And that bigger thing may be Jade Helm. So, ZaZa, you want to play a couple of clips as we kind of go into this to broaden the scope of this particular conversation as we come off the heels of your president calling young black men in Baltimore thugs and the mayor. So I think, what's my man's name? Carl Stokes came back and fired back at him?
I didn't hear about that, but I did hear what Barack Obama said. I just want to caution everybody, and we're going to talk about Jade Helm tonight with Brother Rich, so we're not going to go, or I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but, you know, whatever it is that they're talking about and that they're telling you openly is not it.
Right.
It's not it. So there's no way that, you know, they would be openly talking about Jade Helm and putting that information out to the public if that was something that would really that gives the impression that, you know, they're going to be marking certain territories, states around the country as an open enemy. They're trying to see how people are going to respond.
Right.
They're tapping into the, you know, emotions of people. And we've been talking about the internet and how they are using social media to monitor your emotions, your thinking patterns. I've been clicking on links that I never normally would look at. So I would, you know, how Yahoo comes up and it'll have Kris Jenner something interview.
Bruce Jenner.
I've been Kris Jenner, the Kim Kardashian's family guy, whoever he is.
Bruce Jenner, yeah.
Bruce Jenner, Chris, Bruce, same thing. You know, just because in my mind, I'm trying to keep my mind fresh and remind myself that we are all being watched. And I know because everything I look for on the internet, I don't care if it's on my phone, if it's on my tablet, if it's on my laptop, it's following me around everywhere I go, in my internet, on my emails. Everywhere I go is following me around. So I've gotten off track with what I wanted to say. But this situation in Baltimore, I know everybody saw the video where they snatched the young brother up. Did you see that, Griff?
No, I didn't have access. I was in the hospital. I'm sorry.
He was out protesting. This was actually before you went in the hospital, but he was out past curfew, and the military tank blocked the camera from seeing what they did with him, and they snatched him up. I mean, it happened so fast. It was like a disappearing act. 1 minute he's out trying to tell everybody to get off the streets. The next minute they snatched him up like in a matter of seconds. So you're right. These are exercises that they are doing, not only to, you know, how people are going to respond, but to make sure that they're accurate and adequate when whatever they plan on going down, that they're good, that they're ready to go when it goes down.
Right. But there are incidents with white people that have been going down, like the pumpkin fest that you and I mentioned several months ago. But they never get labeled as thugs.
Well, and this is something else I want to talk about. I'm glad you said that because I've been looking at the comments. You know, of course, you have all the conspiracy theorists who are saying these are all psyops and whatever. They're trying to implement, you know, martial law. But, you know, I keep seeing they're trying to start a race war. Don't bite. Don't fall into it. They're trying to start a race war. Well, first of all, we're already in a race war. We've been in a race war since we've been here. Secondly, if they're only trying to start a race war and start mass confusion between the different races, then how come they aren't killing Mexicans when they come across the border?
Right.
How come they're not going into Chinatown and killing Asian people? How come they're not planting black MK Ultra type, you know, Manchurians for lack of a better word, having them kill white people. We're the ones who are under attack. So it's bigger than just them trying to start a race war, asking us whether they're trying to start a race war or not. They've declared war on us. I don't care what the reason is. Let's just deal with the facts. So don't get caught up. I keep seeing people say this. You know, we're being distracted. They're doing this on purpose. They're trying to start a race war. Okay, well, that's the perfect way to start a race war, by killing black boys.
Yeah, but
mission accomplished.
Right. Mission accomplished. You're absolutely correct. But distracted from what? From you going to parties and hanging out? Distracted
right, exactly.
From what?
Exactly. And you watching videos about conspiracy theories and, you know, doing numerology on the date that, you know, the 9/11 buildings collapsed and, you know, how much dirt was actually on the ground and the number that adds up to and how it relates to the cosmos. Like, come on. At what point does it become real for us?
I was thinking when I seen the number of black men and women that have been shot and killed by police, and it added up to 300. I thought that was going to be the thing to wake the average person up and say, you know something, enough is enough. And going into their courts, we're not going to get. So one white boy, and you are a boy, said to me, well, what do you propose that black people do, Professor Griff? Do you want them to go out on the street and act like animals and thugs and riot? And I said, well, excuse me, sir. Without taking this conversation to the left, what do young white boys do?
Right.
So let's go over the history of what white people do. At the same time, the Psy-ops continues, and I have this in the back of my mind while I'm talking to him, because when it goes down, Zaza, and you of all people notice, when it's put out on the news, the alphabet boys are a part of the Psy-ops. They're in on it.
Yeah.
So we're thugs, and they're just rowdy, unruly.
Yeah.
Mischief makers. We're animals, and they're just create a little mischief, just blowing off steam. We're destroying the community, but they're just too much booze, and they're just having some fun. We're looters, and they're finders. And this is the language that they use. All of the negative connotations to our particular, defining our particular behavior goes out as criminal, animal, destroying, destructive animals, destroying, tearing up their own community. While they're just rowdy, mischief makers, have a little bit too much to drink, and, you know, just letting off some steam. That justifies them shooting and killing us. So the white boy was quiet. And then I guess he pretended like something happened to the phone and he was gone. See, but what we do is when we turn the volume down and pull back from the emotion and talk to them like we have some sense. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then it becomes okay, now that the emotion is not there, talk to me, and let's talk about what's really going down in America with how they're portraying young black men. Because have they not forgot they fought a 100-year war with one another?
Right.
Have we forgotten that they have Rumsfeld and the rest of these thugs, the banksters, at the behest of the banksters, have went into every country looting and pillaging and raping? And this is very real.
Speaking of which, I was going to say, you know, here we have white people, most white people, you know, whether they're liberal, progressive, or conservative, they don't really care until it starts to affect them.
Right.
There's an article that was posted on theguardian.com. Baltimore imposes bail bonds of $500,000 in legal crackdown. Republican governor extends 24-hour detention without charge limit to protect public safety while courts impose sky-high bail bonds for minor offenses. It says most of the 235 people arrested during riots and protests in the past week still have not been charged after Maryland's new Republican governor, Larry Hogan, effectively suspended the state's habeas corpus law, which limits detention without charge to 24 hours in a move he said was necessary to protect the public. It says Baltimore's under fire criminal justice system suspended legal procedures and imposed bail bonds of up to $500,000 on the city's most impoverished residents. In one especially stark case, a 19-year-old charged with 8 offenses allegedly committed on Saturday, including riot, theft, and disorderly conduct, was set a bail of $500,000. Court records show the defendant, a black man, was sent to jail after failing to produce the funds. There was another one here. Let me find it. A black woman who was given a $150,000 bond, and when she wasn't able to meet it, it says court records show that many others arrested during the civil unrest on Saturday have been charged and given bail amounting to hundreds of thousands of dollars. In one example, a 21-year-old black woman was levied $150,000 related to 5 charges, including reckless endangerment and throwing missiles at a vehicle. The fee was not met, and she was sent to jail.
Mm-hmm.
This is, to me, and you know, I've caught flack before for some of the things that I've said about Baltimore as well as Ferguson as far as the way that we're handling these things. We applaud our people for being out in the streets, for being boisterous, but where are we when the remnants of their behavior has to be paid? When the check has to be paid, when they're in court facing these charges alone 2 and 3 months from now, when the smoke clears and the cameras are gone, and you got these brothers and sisters who are facing these, who are already poor, facing these cases. We don't have any sort of infrastructure built up so that we can protect them and take care of them. This is why we have to be much more strategic than we are right now and start handling things. Where are the attorneys to help these brothers and sisters right now?
Right.
Legal minds, legal advocates, the sovereign brothers and sisters
right.
who always mess up, like, why y'all don't ever talk about paperwork? Why y'all don't ever talk about paperwork? Go to Baltimore and prove it, and then we'll start talking about it.
Right. That was good. That's a very, very good point. Barack Obama said those responsible for Baltimore violence should be treated as criminals. Is this playing into the president's words, what you just spoke about?
Of course. Absolutely. But he said the same thing the black mayor said.
Right.
I read an article about I think it's the district attorney who's going to be handling the case. I'll pull it up in a minute to get her exact name. But she's black. She's married to a black man. We have all of these different brothers and sisters who are in political positions in Baltimore, and they have absolutely no power.
Right.
None. So he said the same thing that the black mayor said, that all of the different political pundits, and we're going to play the clip by Stephen A. Smith as well as Ray Lewis, were yelling and screaming like a damn bulldog, yelling at the people in the streets. What you yelling at these damn police officers who are killing our children?
Right.
Where have you been, bro? Where have you been?
Right. Exactly.
You know how many black men have been killed as of late? What stance did you take? When did you ever speak on it?
Right, exactly.
Now all of a sudden you in your damn $1 million mansion with all of your things. You look like he had trophies or tennis shoes or hats or something in the background. He's screaming at the top of his lungs at the people of Baltimore. Baltimore was a war zone before anything jumped off with Freddie Gray. You know, we drove through there. I was like, how do people live here?
Right.
How can you live on one block, on a block, and your house is the only house that's in good condition and everything else is abandoned? Those people been living in hell. Where the hell were you at, Ray Lewis? So I'm sorry, to get back to your point, because I know you, Barack Obama has absolutely no power, absolutely no testicular fortitude, as Minister Farrakhan would say. He is caught between a rock and the hardest place because he cannot say anything that is anywhere close to speaking up for our people and our young sons. He's reading a script at this point, and he also knows that there's nothing he can say or do at this point. So when you listen to him comment, it's always neutral. It's always, well, yeah, we don't condone violence ever at all. You know, the thugs in the street have to do this and the thugs in the street have to do that. At the same time, we have to do something about police brutality and, the marginalization of, young people of color in the street. It's always neutral. It's like the first thing you said cancels out the second thing and vice versa. All of these political pundits are doing that. None of them are saying anything.
Well, Zaza, I think you have to keep in mind also that while Barack Obama is calling young black men and young black youth thugs, they're perpetuating a war on terror. And this is critical because this has to be that has to be the position that he's taking, because when you bomb other countries, all right, it has to be for the war on terror and for to establish democracy in these places, to stabilize certain tyrants and dictators and terrorists, and this is the term and the terminology that they use. But we're talking about, this is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali on Enemy Minds Radio every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 to 10. Tonight we're talking about the Psy-ops, the prelude to the global population control part 2. All right, we're going to dive into a couple of these clips. But there was one young lady, Patience, Pete, Joy, and Peace. She says, you know what? Bull effing ish. Hold the police accountable first, Mr. President. And these are the average people that are leaving these comments. We need to hold the president accountable. And this is very real. Somehow fatherless black children attract bullets from the barrel of cops' gun. That's what your black capitalist president thinks by calling black youth thugs. So basically, the white boy that kills up and shoots up 18 people in a goddamn movie theater, he ain't a thug?
Right, exactly.
White guy that goes on a rampage and kills up everybody on the goddamn college campus, he ain't a thug? Those that pollute and pillage and rape and murder and rob ever since they've been on the planet, those are not thugs?
Right.
So we need to be very, very careful, Mr. President. We respect your office, but you get little respect from anybody on this microphone. So we're going to dive into this, Stephen A. Smith, and we're going to play Ray Lewis. And we just need your feedback here on Enemy Minds Radio. The call-in number is 347-633-9644. The call-in number, once again, is 347-633-9644. We're going to open up the call lines in a minute to see what you have to say about this very timely subject, the Psy-ops and the prelude to the global population. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali.
Hey, Griff.
We'll be right. Yes.
Wait, before you, let me just say something, because to tie this in, the whole point of playing Stephen A. Smith and Ray Lewis, we need our people to see. I've been saying black people worship celebrities. That's already a proven fact. But we need our people to see how the people who they've given levels of success are moved into certain positions when things like this take place. I was taking Nassim to school the other day, and I heard Steve Harvey interviewed Barack Obama about the whole situation in Baltimore. Steve Harvey is a comedian. Like, how in the hell did he get this prestigious role in this society to where now he's interviewing supposedly the most powerful man on the planet? So for our people, the lesson is, when we're talking about psyops, notice how when gay marriage becomes an issue, Jay-Z starts talking about gay marriage and giving it the green light. When the riots go down in Ferguson, who steps forward and speaks out against what's taking place? All these different black political leaders, artists, entertainers, athletes, pay close attention to who comes out and who says what, because those are the ones who are the quote-unquote advisors to the king, or the ones who are being paid over the table, under the table, or whatever, to keep your people in check.
Very well put. We're going to play this clip and we want to hear what you have to say on Enemy Minds Radio. Call-in number is 347-633-9644. Shout out to Dr. Layla Africa. Shout out to King Simon in New York. We'll be right back. Anybody in Atlanta, Georgia, please give me a text at 678-557-2919 and give me an update about the brother who was shot in the police car. Zaza, I believe I was getting a report that they shot a brother that was sitting handcuffed in the back of a police car, shot through the glass.
That's like number 5. Wow. Right, I heard that a brother got shot in Detroit too. I'm still waiting on word on that though.
All right, we'll be right back. Yo, hold on. Oh, okay, you get my number? All right, cool. All right.
Police brutality. We have to understand the difference between police brutality and a brutal act by a particular police officer. When you say police brutality, what you're doing is you're inciting a nation of individuals out there to go and act in a very belligerent and, dare I say, criminal fashion against law enforcement officials. And where do you think that's going to get them? What do you think is going to happen to them? You really, really think that you can go up against law enforcement officials? First of all, you're wrong. And more importantly than anything else, you're not going to win. And if you lose, you're not going to just lose in terms of a battle with them. You may lose your life. And so we need to be cognizant of that, and we need to spread the message to them that, again, violence is not the answer. And then when you get into the rioters, the looters, those engaging in vandalism, the part that I find incredibly disgusting is how anybody out there could sit there and support those kind of actions. Our president, Barack Obama, stated it best: they should be treated like criminals. You are victimizing and vandalizing your own community. The very people that you're sitting there and claiming to be in unison with in terms of being victims, not having your needs, your desires addressed or what have you, are the very people you're looting and vandalizing and all of that other stuff. It's irresponsible, it's criminal, it's unnecessary, it's wrong, and that needs to be said. The other thing that I'd like to say is this. On many, many occasions, we are so quick to point out the things that professional athletes do wrong. But by and large, the vast majority of them are doing the right things. When I think about a Dwayne Wade, when I think about a Kobe Bryant,
ZaZa.
Yes.
Someone listening to me? Is that the clip? Does it,
What happened? It stopped?
It just stopped. I'm going to go to the Ray Lewis clip. All right.
Oh,
hold on.
Know how to conduct themselves.
Oh, my God.
No way.
That was playing.
No way.
I know. It went out.
No way this can happen in our city. No. Young kids, you got to understand something. Get off the streets. Violence is not the answer. Violence has never been the answer. Freddie Gray, we don't do nothing for him doing this. We know there's a deeper issue. We know what the jungle looks like. But this isn't it. It's enough of us in the streets trying to change what's going on. Baltimore, get off the streets. Kids, go home. Stay home. You don't have no right to do what you're doing to this city. Too many hardworking people build this city. We put this city together. We put this city on our back. We with you. We know what's going on. We know the problems. We know there was wrong done. We know we're not getting the right justice. We know all these answers. But riding in our streets is wrong. It's dead wrong. We got to go back to the beginning. It takes a village. It takes a whole village to raise one child. We got to redefine what this looks like. We got to redefine what building Baltimore looks like. Because there's too many people putting real sweat, real tears to make our city a better place. I can't come back home and this is it. Kids can't walk the street. This is our future. Our future's in Baltimore. What we're trying to build is in Baltimore. Too many babies paying attention to this craziness. And the sad part is, we got young kids trying to tell us how they're going to dictate our city. That won't happen. We must change this right now. Stop the violence, man. Go home. I'm telling you, go home. And whatever I got to do, it will not happen on our clock. It will not happen on our clock.
All right, Ms. ZaZa Ali, you got to talk to me.
I'm trying to figure out, where's his video clip where he was screaming and yelling at the police like that?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where was his video clip of him working with young people and not doing photo ops with kissing white babies. I'm trying to figure this out. I don't get it. I've never seen that. I know people in Baltimore, in Tubman City. I didn't see it. Maybe someone's seen it in Baltimore. Baltimore, call me, 678-557-2919. I'm there. I'm always there. I've never seen it. I never see the Ray Rice club luncheon meeting summer camp for young black boys, get them off the street to try to teach them. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
Stephen
yeah,
A.
I mean, if you in Baltimore, hit us up. Let us know, because I'm trying to understand. And then Stephen A. I didn't hear either one of them address the violence by the police. What do you mean?
Exactly.
Well, y'all scared to mention the fact that they're killing our children? I mean, that didn't come out of either one of their mouths.
As tough as Ray Rice appears to be, Negroes like him and Stephen A. Smith, and y'all, shit, if anybody know him, call him. Tell him to call me. Shit, my number is 678-557-2919. I'll be in Baltimore. Say it to his face. Look, bro, plain and simple. I never hear you talk to white people that way.
Yeah, exactly.
Never.
He sounded like to me, all that yelling and huffing and puffing, he sounded like to me like he literally was standing in the back of the cornfield yelling at the other slaves, "Go home, master gonna get you."
Right.
Go home. Like, that just goes to show you, and this, especially for young people, having money does not mean you have power. Having money does not mean you have power. And Stephen A. Smith talked about, people always talk about the athletes, and he named I think Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant. Dwayne Wade definitely gets respect, but most of the majority athletes, just because they have money doesn't mean that they deserve our respect. Having money is not everything. They play sports. Okay, cool. That's commendable that you had a passion and a goal that you set out and you fulfilled your dreams and you playing on the highest level. But that's sport. When we're talking about substantive things that build people and that build nations, what are they doing outside of their own personal careers?
Right, exactly. So Ray Rice, here's a message from Fire Lord Azula. She says they broke Freddie Gray's neck in half, but it didn't matter until we broke a few fucking jars of applesauce at CVS.
Exactly.
Why weren't you this mad and talking to white people about what they did to the young? I don't get these Negroes, man. I just don't get them.
So when we talk about Psy-ops, brothers and sisters, pay attention to the peons that step forward and start speaking for white people to the point where they don't even have to talk.
Exactly.
I was watching Erin Brunette, I think that's her name is, the white woman who's supposed to be a journalist and who's supposed to be unbiased, who's only supposed to present the information and let the people decide. She is extremely biased against black people. I cannot stand the sight of her face or her voice. So remember when the congressman, I can't remember which one, said, "Why don't you just call black people niggas if you're going to keep saying thugs?" The next day, she brings this sister on who always comes on when they need a step and fetch it, black face to speak the white man's voice or white man's mind. She comes on and basically is like, you are a thug. That's thuggish behavior. I mean, totally just saying everything that Erin Brunette herself could not say because she's supposed to be unbiased. So they bring a black woman on to say everything that needs to be said and to sway the minds of our people and at the same time spit in our face. So Ray Rice, young brothers and sisters, Ray Rice, Stephen A. Smith.
Ray Lewis.
Yeah, thank you. Correction.
Okay. Right.
Don't listen to these Negroes. Like, seriously, this just goes to show you, just because you have money and because you have fame in America, look at all the money that our entertainers have right now, combined, how much money they have. They wouldn't even have to use their money to fix up a city like Baltimore. All they have to do is use their voice and their influence, and it could get done overnight. And they won't say anything about what's taking place right now. Stop supporting these clowns. Floyd Mayweather is getting ready to have his big fight. Everybody's talking about the fight this weekend. He ain't saying nothing about what's taking place with our people. And everybody's like, what's his Team Money, whatever it is, TMT. When has he ever said Team Black?
Right.
Well, he does things and he this and he that. Yeah, okay. Tell it to these young brothers on the streets who keep getting harassed by these police officers.
Right, exactly. All right, I wanted to play a few more of these clips, but it's the 9:15 hour. You want to play a clip or two, or you rather go to the phone lines?
I did want to play Okay, let's go to the phone lines. I did want to play that clip about the undue force, but I have the article here, so I could just read some of the things. Let me just throw this in there so we can throw this into the conversation with the listeners. So it's on the BaltimoreSun.com. It's called Undue Force. It says the city has paid about $5.7 million since 2011. Now, mind you, this article came out before all of this happened. This was put out September 28, 2014. The city has paid about $5.7 million since 2011 over lawsuits claiming that police officers brazenly beat up alleged suspects. One hidden cost: the perception that officers are violent can poison the relationship between residents and police. He shows in this video clip that we were supposed to play, they showed a video of a young black man sitting in a police, you know how they have you sitting and waiting while you're being processed? Mm-hmm. He's sitting in a chair. His hands are handcuffed behind his back. He's obviously no threat. He's in the police station. And there's a police officer standing behind him just wailing on him, just firing on him, hitting him. And he ends up falling down to the ground. He talks about all of these different cases where there's just overwhelming violence towards black men in Baltimore, and they end up settling it for some undisclosed amount of money. They beat up an older black woman and paid her $150,000, which is pennies, basically. I don't know. Let's take some calls. Maybe we may be able to get to it because it's a real critical piece to this whole story.
All right. Caller, pardon me. Y'all already know the run-ins. All right. I don't need to do the disclaimer. Respect your host. And so as Rodney King says. Anyway, caller from 443 area code. Peace. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. What's good?
Hey, what's happening? Peace King, Queen. Know what I'm talking about?
Peace King.
Hey, all right, because, I live in Baltimore, or you probably don't know, I just told you. But, so, yeah, I'm like right up the street from all this this craziness, right? So we got, like, some of these riots, some of these people that's doing that I don't even like calling it a riot, because it ain't no riot. It's a riot, all right.
Right, exactly.
Right, exactly.
They looting, but it's not the babies ain't looting, man. The babies, let me tell you something, man. The babies wasn't even out there at first to be doing all of that stuff. They was just, really, they didn't even know what to do, man. They sent out these signals, and before all of this stuff happened, they had the VMAs riding around all throughout the city in the black truck, okay? Mm-hmm. So that's number one. Number two, you seen your boy with the gas mask. Mm-hmm. That's the military, special ops, special forces. Mm-hmm. Like that kind of stuff that they do. Anytime you see when they say, we found ISIS somebody and we arrested them, special forces, man. Don't be fooled by none of this stuff. Another thing, the bottom line to me, okay, the bottom line to all of this, killing people and everything, I take it back to 74, the Homosexual Manifesto, when they vehemently said, we will turn your sons gay. And I think verbatim is, we will sodomize your son. That is the first few words of the manifesto. And today, when you had Ferguson, after when the cameras left and everybody, they got organized. The brothers started to get organized and started to, try to make a little organization or something. And, lo and behold, a week or two with congregating, here come the faggot. And the faggots came in there with all kinds of money. And when they came with the money, everything started to change. People was like, yeah, this, that, the third. And broke all of that down. It was about black, then it became about all people. Right. The way that I'm seeing this thing is, as they say, we will sodomize your sons. They are, the bottom line for black people, and I'm going to keep this real short, the bottom line for black people in this country and around the world to these crackers is subservience, period. So they want tickets, they want us to be that way. They want slaves, they want us to be that way. We pay taxes, we can't complain. When we say anything, when we start to speak out, they're going to say, oh, well, here's the thugs. Here go the niggas. Here go the opposition. You understand what I'm saying? So, everybody should just keep in mind, with whatever's happening in your city, what be it, a young person, male or female, old person, doesn't matter. They're trying to instill fear, and they're trying to instill subservience into us, so that like you said earlier about the shorty who was hitting on beating on the son like that. Which my only thing about all of that is what they was bringing. The National Guard was already hit. The National Guard was already hit.
Right. I think when we're talking about Psy-ops, though, when we're talking about
that's part of it.
Conversation.
They had the VMAS. The VMAS was there.
All right,
and,
listen,
earlier.
brother, hold on. Listen, bro. Explain to the people what is VMAS. What is that?
It is a VMAS is a vehicle. Crap.
Take your time. Hold on. I'm gonna take another call. I'm gonna keep you online. Look it up. So I'm gonna keep the line open, all right? So don't be using the bathroom or nothing. All right?
Okay.
So listen.
Well, and Griff, while you're doing that, let me just throw this out there before you take another caller, because this brother Gregory put on our page. He said the stopping of public transportation was done by design, because according to reports, there's a school across the street from the mall. They shut off all the transportation in the area, knowing it was the only way that they can get home. So when the riot started, they can say the kids did it because all the kids were stuck there while the deed was being done. There was another sister who wrote us and said her daughter goes to that school, and that all those children were stuck there. They didn't have anywhere to go.
Right. Darren Muhammad went over that on Tuesday, ZaZa. He broke that whole thing down, and he said that was by design. And then they pulled the police officers and the security guards off the mall.
Right.
So
let's hold on, brother. Let's process this to everybody who's listening. They let our children out of school. They opened the mall up to being unsecured, meaning pulling the police officers, pulling the security guards away, and basically. We don't know who the first one was to go in and break the window or whatever to go start stealing stuff. But they are systematically creating all of these things to take place so that they can implement martial law in our cities.
Exactly.
It's all by design. All right? So let's be mindful when we're looking at the TV screen and watching our children running in and out of those malls. They put them in a position to do it.
Right,
they pulled all of the police back. CVS, if there was police officers standing in front of that CVS, wasn't nobody going up in there.
Exactly. So we have to understand that. All right, caller. All right, 443, you still on, man. What's good?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Vehicle denial system.
Right.
And what they do is they send the signal, this radiation signal from I'm trying to think, a satellite. It's like a satellite dish, right? So inside the truck they have the controls, and they can send the microwave frequency out.
Right. So
but this one.
Right. We got it. Our listeners are very intelligent and very bright. They know that these VMAs are out there, and they're mounted with acoustic sound weapons.
Right.
And it's not necessarily radiation. It's vibration and frequencies. And these vibrations and frequencies can cause aneurysms, and it can make you defecate and urinate on yourself. We got it, but we really appreciate your call, good brother, and your insight, because you're right there in Baltimore. All right?
Yes, sir.
All right,
sir.
Peace,
Keep it up, man.
All right.
Peace.
All right. That was very insightful, man. We need to ZaZa. It's very critical what you did. Just kind of pausing, taking a deep breath, and explaining to people exactly what's going on. Very critical.
Yeah, because I think as we say these things. We talking about it, and it's like, I don't think it's real to most of our people.
Right.
I don't think we really understand the severity of what's taking place right now.
Right.
The fact that there's a military in a majority black city with a majority black government, where the children and the young people are rebelling against a black man being killed, and they are setting up events and circumstances so that they can continue to escalate the situation. That's critical.
Right, very, very, very critical. All right, caller from the 704 and caller from the 404 area code. 404 and 704.
Peace, God. Peace, Daddy.
Peace,
goddess.
Peace. What's up? Talk to me, 704. Hold on, 404.
All right. Now, I was looking at it, like what ZaZa was saying, that whole school, that was by design. And remember, I told you, Griff Tuesday, I heard the mayor too say she allowed them time to riot. Okay, so when they let them school out, they ain't had no transportation, so the kids was just stranded out there.
Yeah, that's what ZaZa said.
Yeah, when you watch the video, when the news was over the mall area, the helicopter, it shows that the kids were just sitting there, just standing there lost, and all of a sudden, the police just start spraying pepper spray at them or mace or whatever, and they just all took off running. And that's all you see is the kids start running towards the mall, and that's where it started, man. You see them blatantly spray them kids, man. Them kids wasn't doing nothing to them. They were just standing there like, how we gonna get home?
Right, but you know something, this could happen in any city. So 404, what's your take on it?
The same thing. They setting things up so they can just continue with this martial law and continue with the genocide of our whole race. People just can't see it.
Right.
We got all these athletes and stuff don't do nothing to try to help the community. They sit in these big old houses and stuff, and then when people go rioting, they have so much to say now, but they don't have nothing to say when people don't even know jobs and the community's down and everything else. They have nothing to say.
Right. That's very critical. But how long do you think they'll be able to sit in these nice, comfortable homes when people are out on the street fighting for justice? I think people think that they take to the street just to be taken to the street. They're taken to the street because it seems like every single time a black man gets murdered in America, and we go through the process, the same old process. Do you see how they flip it and turn the story, ZaZa?
Say that again?
Listen to the alphabet.
It's real loud.
Eric Cole, he must be doing laundry. They're turning the story now. As you watch CNN, they're flipping the story and they're molding the people's minds. The police report was supposed to be released today.
Well, what the hell? First of all, he got killed on April 9th, right?
Right.
Okay, listen, brothers and sisters. We got to start paying attention to this stuff. He got killed because we think we're going to go in the courtrooms and get justice. The whole system and city law enforcement in Baltimore right now is helping to create the story that's going to help them win the case. All right?
Right.
So what is that the caller's background?
That's John trying to count his change out his piggy bank. But go ahead, I'm listening.
Okay. Can you mute his mic, please? The April 9th, he got killed. It's April 30th. We haven't seen the police report yet. That's number one. Remember how long it took when Mike Brown got shot for them to decide all of the lengths that they went through to figure out if there was going to be an indictment. Trayvon Martin's body sat in the morgue for 3 damn days. They went through. Remember, all of a sudden now they had video with George Zimmerman having blood coming from his head. I believe that was fabricated.
Okay,
I believe they created a hole, put some blood on his head, had him walk through the police department, looking like they actually took the time and energy to treat him like he killed a young black boy, when they probably went and had tea cakes and cookies after the whole thing went down and celebrated him. When I was watching the film, the footage of the Trayvon Martin shooting, they had the yellow tape and they had the police lights flashing. It looked like the whole scene was fake. None of it looked real. All of the people who have the jackets on, the police jackets or whatever, the whole scene looked fake. We're dealing with people who are creating television shows. These are Hollywood producers that are working behind the scenes to make sure that everything goes as planned to protect the system. So we have to ask ourselves, who are all of these different people behind the scenes that are helping? I'm not talking about the shooter. I'm not talking about the black police officer who was on the scene in South Carolina who should have helped I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about all the people behind the scenes who are making this wheel keep turning, we're talking about Psy-ops. There is a big-ass
system behind this that's making all of this stuff take place. We got to start being extra mindful about this, because now, who is the prisoner that was in the van with Freddie Gray that is now all of a sudden saying that he heard a bunch of noises and he, to go along with the story that he may have been trying to hurt himself?
Right.
Remember the liquor store where Michael Brown allegedly robbed? It wasn't even the same day. This person came out and said, no, that did not happen.
Right. Exactly.
Who put the video footage out and made it seem like the robbery happened the same day in order to protect the police officer? Our third eyes right now should be jumping.
I think our third eye is jumping, Zaza, but those of us that we have trusted to be in position to speak for us, because simply a degree of what these people are supposed to do, being black, is be somewhat of a voice of the voiceless. At least give us a hint or a clue. Say something when you're in those back room meetings, but they absolutely say nothing.
Yeah.
But listen, Zaza.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep it cool.
No. I understand. You and I need to understand, along with the listeners. They're listening to this right now because they have to check the pulse of those of us that's not going along with the madness. Those of us that have the propensity and the potential to ignite the masses, to speak to them young brothers, because nobody want to talk to them. Ray Lewis is not going to speak to them.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
The Stephen
He's
A. Smith
dancing on a damn football field.
Exactly. So, but my thing is, I think we need to understand something. The average black person needs to have this voice to speak to young people. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
All right, let's take another caller. Caller from the 803. Caller from the 803 and caller from the 720. Peace. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali. What's good? Both of y'all are on.
Assalamu alaikum.
Well, salam. What you calling from? Which 083? 830 probably?
No, I'm calling from 720.
Okay, peace. How you feel, good brother?
Oh man, alhamdulillah. I've been talking to Dr. France Creswell-Sing today also about these same, incidents that we've been discussing. And first of all, you guys are doing commendable work, and you're doing what you need to do. Professor Griff, big fan of yours, his public enemy. ZaZa Ali, I'm from Oakland also. I'm out here in Colorado right now.
Oh,
so,
okay.
It's town business on mine.
Town business all day.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm actually from West Oakland. Acorn Project,
Okay.
So I'm very understood on what's really going on as far as behind the scenes and the Psy-ops. And when I take a look back at what's really the picture that I'm seeing is that our youth is leading the charge as usual, just like civil rights. There was a youth getting beat up and ate up by the police officers. They was willing to face the billy clubs and all that. It wasn't the old people. You know what I'm saying? It was Martin Luther King, throwing the youth up in the diners and all this old stuff. So this ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So the sister shouldn't get too mad at her son who wanted to fight for some type of justice. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be like that because our youth hasn't been tainted with money yet. So they don't care about prison. They don't care about, dying. They still on this martyr type of mentality, you know what I'm saying, which is commendable. They dealing with a different type of chakra. You know what I'm saying? We as older folks, I'm only 33, but we as older folks, who've been in the white supremacy society, we kind of got tainted. We kind of scared, for our children, who's going to take care of our children if we go to prison? I can't really be out there, trying to go, toe-to-toe with police officers right now because I got kids at home and, so we ain't willing to do that. But the kids, but the children, they got children. They ain't got responsibility, so I'm expecting for my kids to go buck wild if they don't have any control, if they don't have any guidance they're going to do what children do. They're going to throw a tantrum. You know what I'm saying? And if you agitate them, they're going to get off on somebody. So I appreciate the youth having energy, because obviously there's a lack of energy from the adults there. Because if you know the statistics, I mean, we're talking about 60% that's graduating from their high schools. We're talking about 20%, at least 20%. That's what they're saying right now of unemployment, which, you know, that could be 40% of unemployment. So you're talking about people who grew up generational poverty, just like Oakland, just like the town, just like, you know, any other place that's majority of us. So they feel deprived. They ain't got nothing to lose. They all in. They don't care about that, you know. And so I was hearing that these store owners who are getting their stores broken into, you know, we're having customers or even the owners throwing beer and agitating them. You know what I mean? Because they thought they was going to do something. You know what I'm saying? Or they just felt like, you know, being white people, and I'm going to just agitate the whole situation because I know who got my back. You know what I'm saying? The police got their back. You know what I'm saying?
So that, brother, you know, you just made me have a thought. You know, if somebody is looting your property or breaking your property, that's a real quick turnaround on an insurance claim.
Right.
It is.
Right.
It is.
Right.
It really is. Especially, you know, you already know. So you can go with that concept and you can run with that. And like the brother Ali, I was listening to Brother Professor on Tuesday on how he came up there and he let everybody know. But these are Zionist-owned malls around America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they don't give a darn, you know what I'm saying, about some Nikes and whatnot, man. I mean, it's all insured, man. And if the community is not if the community is not supporting it, you know what I'm saying, they burn it down. Burn it down, it's all insured, no problem. But my other point I wanted to make before you get to another caller was that when we look at this, you know what I'm saying, we got to make sure that we stay rooted in our areas because it's happening everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So we don't become like cats. You know how if you got a cat, you can put like the little beam of light on the ground, and as soon as you put it in front of them, they start chasing it. You know what I'm saying? So the media got us chasing these lynchings all around. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't got no focus. You looking like a cat focusing on this murder, on that murder, on this murder. You know what I'm saying? We looking like some real idiots and we not focusing around us. So make sure that everybody stay rooted on where you at. You know what I'm saying? Be prolific in your streets and where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Because they want you to be in chaos. They want you to look like a bunch of ants lit on fire and you don't know which way to go.
Right.
But don't get overwhelmed like that, because that's a Psy-op in its own, making you look real foolish out here. So then you can't organize, because then you think, oh, the whole America is falling. Don't worry about the whole America. Hold your fort down. That's just how these Europeans took over America, by fort by fort. So hold your fort down and get ready for when it comes to your city. You know who your neighbor is, because you've been helping out your neighbor. You've been teaching them the science of being conscious. You know what I'm saying? So get your fort under control, people. Don't get overwhelmed with the murders. Yeah, we're going to have it on CNN, on Facebook, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, all that old good stuff. You know what I'm saying? But make sure your fort is taken care of.
That's real talk, and thank you so much, brother, for that, for saying, for your whole perspective. Great point. And we talked about that, Griff. We talked about that, like when the whole thing went down in Ferguson, and people were like, "Well, I was in Ferguson. Where were you?" It's like, you okay, but what did you do in Ferguson? Like, why are you throwing that in people's face like you've done something? Okay, that's cool that you went there, but what was the strategy? What was the plan, or did you just want to say you were there?
No, they went there.
I'm checking for the people. I'm checking for the people that was in Ferguson or St. Louis before it went down, and the people that's there now. Because these people in Ferguson right now are catching pure hell. So great points, brother. Town business always, you know.
All right, caller from the 909 area code. Peace. This is Professor Griff ZaZa Ali. What's good?
Hey, this is Brother Claude. How you doing, my man?
All right, what's happening? What's good?
Peace.
Yeah, I'm not going to I'm keep it down to 2 minutes, man. I got a couple of answers and stuff. You know, I'm just going to share what's been working for me, because I know that this whole thing is a lead up on this J. Helm thing that's going to be happening between July 17th and September. You know, so what the setup is they want everybody to act stupid. They're going to keep doing this shit. But what I'm going to do is present a couple of answers that has been working for me. You know, Dr. Belsing put in her book, I just got through reading it like for the fourth time, you know, and she put in her book, we have to get past the fear of direct confrontation intellectually as well as physically with the Caucasians. We keep running around in circles, and every time we look up, the same stuff keeps happening over and over because us black men don't have enough balls to confront these white folks in the state legislatures, in the Congress, in their local everything. We need to start making noise everywhere. And at the same time, as Griff well knows, you know, I'm a military man myself, we need to actually start training our youth and come up with some type of a code of conduct. You know, like Neely Fuller said. That's the problem. Everybody's running around making money. You know, and you know, Griff, I've met some of these cats, and it hasn't been the best experience that I thought it was going to be. You know, I'm not in this conscious, that conscious community thing. I'm just a regular brother, you know. Right. But, you know, I'm not even going to go there, you know, about my feelings and stuff, because that's one thing we have to stop doing. Also, you're totally correct. We need to take the emotionalism out of it. I personally was able to stop well, they're still trying to push it, but I was able to stop and stall a piece of legislation where they wanted people to carry guns. Women and white folks were going to get strapped up on campus here, okay? And they had a rally. And what happened was I wound up going to the state legislature. I knocked on some doors, and because I had some kids do some research for me at the school, and they found some legal loopholes in the legislation. We were able to get it squashed. And I walked down there by myself and did this. On top of that, you know, the mayor, we have a new mayor. We got rid of our police chief because he was out overstepping his bounds, because you have to have a personal relationship with these people. And I understand that the white man's the devil, but we have to understand also, like you say, the dynamics of the situations we're going through. And the dynamics, to me, dictate that we need to take charge and use our melanin to move these people around and stop bullshitting, stop running around, and start meditating as well, and stop watching that goddamn TV. You know what I mean? And we need to get out here and organize these kids. I'm dealing with the kids in Oakland and Sacramento now. I'm dealing with brother Dr. Cooks down in Sacramento, Oakland. He has the Martin Luther King Youth Center down there. I'm filing foundation papers. My corporation, and I'm filing for a foundation, not foundation, but nonprofit tomorrow. As soon as I get my little Social Security check. You know what I mean? You know I ain't got no money, right? I'm a broke you know. But, you know, we need to take action, and we have to do direct action, and we have to make sacrifices. We have to be stakeholders in this. We can't just stand back and let everybody else do it anymore. And that's all I have to say.
All right. Really appreciate you, Claude, as always. Good
I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all stay safe and be cool now.
All right, cool. Peace.
Peace.
All right. A couple of more callers, Mr. ZaZa Ali. Hope you don't mind. Caller from the 678 area code and caller from the 786 area code. Peace. What's good? This is Professor Griff from ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio. What's good? 786. Talk to me. What's good? All right. You just listened. 678 from the ATL. What's good? All right. Both of them eating Captain Crunch cereal. Caller from the 777.
Oh, wait, left.
Right. That was a sci-fi movie, man. Caller from the 40. No, not 404. I'm sorry. Hold on for a second, Zaza. Hold on for a second. Caller from the 484 area code. Peace. What's good? It's Professor Griff ZaZa Ali.
Peace, Griff. Peace, sister. How y'all doing today?
Peace. What's good?
Yeah, on that brother that was just on, boy, woof, I need to link up with him, man, because I feel the same way. You know, I feel that we need to really tap into this natural warrior spirit that's already in us, you know, and just get back in touch with our spiritual, because that's our only win is divine spirituality is going to help us. The divine is going to help us get over this. Nothing else. I mean, they got an Army, Air Force, Navy, Marines. You know what I mean? It's going to take some serious something divine to help us get over this. You know what I mean?
but we're not seeing the Air Force, Navy, and Marines, and Army and Marines. We're seeing it's a psychological operation happening where you're seeing black people, president, i.e. president and mayor, coming before the people. Black police chief making the announcement. Do you see what's going on a psychological level? Chaos is happening, and white people are killing black kids and putting black people in front of us to give us our orders.
Right.
Are you seeing this? It happened in Ferguson the same way.
Exactly.
They put black holder, black police chief in front of us to quell the violence and quiet us down. It's the same script over.
Earlier.
And over.
It's like the sister said earlier in the show. You know, get your people. Get your people. You know what I mean? You better handle it. Those are your niggers. Handle your niggers. Handle your people. You know, that's what they telling them. And they gathering intelligence, man. Right now they gathering intelligence. They just gathering intelligence, peeping everything, seeing what's going on, because that's what they do. That's all they like, gather intelligence. They know how to next move. They know how we're going to react and all that.
All right, we really appreciate your call,
also, peace.
Call us from the 919 area code. What's going on? Peace. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. 919, going once.
Hey, I'm here.
Going twice.
I just wanted to peace, everybody. I just wanted to share that there is an article that says Baltimore officials clarified that civil rights actually do not apply to black people. And what the officials said, they said, look, we've clearly marginalized this group of people for decades. So my announcement that we're excluding black citizens from the protections guaranteed by civil rights laws should come as no surprise to anyone here. I'm just making it official. So I just want everybody to understand.
Okay, so is that are they being sarcastic?
No, that they were flanked by the National Guard. It was city officials and members of the National Guard, and that's what got said today.
So where are you getting this information from? Please let the people know. So it says civil rights do not apply to black people. Where is this at?
Hold on one second. Let me find it.
Make it foxy.
I lost it. I hate when I'm looking at stuff
and
I go
to the
link.
Sister. We got about 13 more minutes left. I'm going to keep you on the line. Do your thing.
Okay.
Hold on for a second. Caller from the 901 area code. It's Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali.
Hi, Professor Griff and ZaZa. Listen, on Facebook, Michael Muhammad shared on your page Professor Griff's book. Quote, just found out that our General of Arms, the ex-minister, Professor Griff, has gotten into a bad accident. So I'm asking for all of your prayers and blessings for a speedy recovery. All others go get a late pass. Step, exclamation point. Blessings going to our brother. So I commented on here that I tagged you, but I commented on here that you're on the radio right now.
That don't mean my damn back ain't hurting. What the fuck? Shit.
Oh, no. I didn't know you were in an accident. That's why I'm asking. I apologize.
No, it's all right. I was in an accident yesterday.
I came in on the radio. I'm sorry.
But I will say it does. What he put up sounds very, like, scary. Like, oh, my God, what's the situation?
It scared me, right. And I came
it sounds
in
so
the show
scary.
an hour later, so that's my, my bad on it. I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
No, sister, you do not know the pain I'm going through right now. I am playing it off because I'm on the radio. I'm showing a strong, courageous front. You understand what I'm saying? Because
you sure are.
I don't want the brothers to think that I'm that weak little, one little injury going to slow us down. It's not going to slow me down. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, I'm going through the pain right now. But don't worry about me. I'm good. Thank you. But I really appreciate your energy. I'm holding it together. All right.
Okay. Love what y'all do. Peace. I'm out.
Peace.
Thank you, Queen.
Really appreciate that sister's concern, definitely. But trust me, this pain is happening right now as we speak. I may sound a little bit, I don't know. Anyway, Miss Foxy, are you still there? Where'd she go? If that woman hung up the phone, it's going to be an issue. We need to play this Tupac song, man, so we can get in the mood. For real.
I think we don't have any more callers. I know we do.
Yeah, there's a few callers. I was just kind of caller from the 904 area code. 904. This is Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali on NMEMINDZ Radio, and caller from the 336 area code. Peace. It's Professor Griff and ZaZa Ali. What's good?
Peace, Lord. Peace, sis.
Peace. Let me hear from the 904 first. What's good?
What's going on, Griff? What's going on, ZaZa? It's Trav.
Peace. How you feel, bro?
Peace, brother.
All right. I want to talk about as far as starting with Ray Lewis and kind of connect the dots from there. A lot of people don't realize that a couple of years ago, I think Ray Lewis Foundation is sitting around the police force. So I mean, so that explains that there.
What's the name of his foundation?
No, I don't know it emphatically, but I remember ESPN did a kind of like a segment on him, helping out the police force.
We'll find the name, but we're running out of time. We got to go real quick, bro.
Okay.
What's your other point?
All right. Basically, as far as with the prosecute or the prosecutor now, I think people should look at what's going on as far as with Ferguson in regards to how.
Call me back.
Call me back on that. How basically, hitting in plain sight, they did, kind of like a gestures or Masonic gestures, and initiations in that hearing in regards to the Michael Brown case, and as far as with this woman here,
right?
We need to keep I know we got our brother Darren Muhammad there. Keep a close eye on who the connections is and the people around her, just like with the mayor. She was there, and a photo popped up with her and Al Sharpton. So it's a lot of things. That's what I basically keep our eyes, like everybody was saying, to what's going on. But appreciate you for letting me get a time to speak.
All right, cool. All right, good brother. You take care. Right, we appreciate your perspective. All right, peace.
Peace, King.
Call for 336. What's good, man? Peace, Lord.
Peace, family.
Peace,
Lord. Peace, sis.
Peace.
Man, I just want to say real quickly, just to give it an overall view. This Hegelian dialectic principle, if you want to use that, and the shock doctrine, what's going on with all the communities? You know about Jade Helm 15. This man is like a martial arts fight. He has many different techniques. Crane, dragon, frog, so whatever you want to call it. He used many different styles, right? And they all to keep you distracted. Because the number one thing is we getting mixes like the mafia. They'll use you, make deals with you, and then when they don't need you anymore, they get rid of you.
Yeah.
So the mayor, all over cities, the black city chiefs that's in all the cities, all these things are interconnected. And once you understand that the one thing the white man does not play about is his power and his money. So you got to remember when the whole European monarchy was started, it said, there was a lot of kings, but no kingdoms.
Right.
So these white folks are all jockeying for power. Now, you got to remember.
That's a great point, brother. That's
right.
A great point.
Yes, ma'am. So you got to remember that everything that's going on is the salt, the feminization of the boys. You take out the male aspect of it. You put a dominating black woman over the top of it to assure your integrity. Because before they come in, they beachhead. The original post office is a trading post.
Right,
this
exactly.
is beachhead. They learn your culture. They learn how you dance, how you sing, how you rap, how you do what. And next thing you know, they come in. Next thing you know, you got a white artist. Next thing you know, you got a white chief.
Right.
This is the blueprint. They do it over and over and over again. Now, this is the last thing. The overall thing is that nobody is talking about the missing nuclear weapons that's missing off the base down in Texas, because this is the end plan. Because everything that's going on.
There's a few things that are going on.
Yes, sir.
I'm not sure about the nuclear weapons in urban areas, because if we're talking about a Psy-ops and we're talking about these drills in urban areas, I don't think nuclear weapons into that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. All right, yes, sir. And I'm gonna show you how that plays into that, right? Because if you can, even if you detonate a half a ton nuke, right, in a paw off the coast or off the ocean, you can still enforce martial law. It's the overall tell-all to be-all. Just like there were 2 nuclear bombs that were dropped in Kinston, North Carolina, that's still in the ground today and nobody knows about it.
But how does it play into it if no one knows about it? You see, they always use these kind of... Excuse me?
Yes, sir. Oh, what I'm saying is just think about this, okay? that's the tail end, the end result, because, you know, just like the God of the moon, when he didn't want to agree with the other 24 scientists, if I can't have it, can't nobody have it.
No, I understand what you're saying, but, you know, white people are not going to kill themselves in the process of trying to restore order. But we really appreciate your call, man. We got to take these last couple of calls and we out.
All right.
All right, peace, man.
Peace, Almighty. Peace, great.
Peace.
Peace.
Where's Foxy at? Because I found the article. Caller from, you must be calling from your computer. Caller from the 111. Call, are you there? While the caller is pulling the information up from the Huffington Post blog, it says Baltimore officials clarified that civil rights laws don't actually apply to black people following a night of riots beginning in the MONDAWMIN neighborhood. I never even heard of this in Baltimore. Sketching out Baltimore's Oriole Park, Camden Yard, city officials today, flanked by members of the National Guard, came out and openly admitted that the laws protecting civil rights do not apply to black people. And I quote, look, officials said, we're clearly marginalized this group of people, as Ms. Foxy just said, for decades. So many announcements that were including black citizens from protections guaranteed by civil rights laws should come as no surprise to anyone here. He says, I'm just making it official. So it was already in place. And like Erica said, they're just making it official. So now that everyone knows your vote don't mean a goddamn thing and your little rights that they gave you don't mean absolutely nothing. So you can do all the placard waving and yelling and voting for these imps all you want to. You have no rights. And I think the Moors, Hebrew Israelites, and a few other people have been saying this for a long time. And I think the conversation is getting lost in all the shuffling of the goddamn paperwork. But it needs to be said, and it's been said today. Erica brought it to our attention. These officials are actually making it official. You do not have rights in America. This is why they treat you the way they treat us. Plain and simple.
Let me say something to kind of veggie back, as you would say, off of what Brother Shakir said to kind of close this conversation out. Because you hear people say a lot, this is a distraction. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. It's all to keep you distracted. Well, what are they trying to keep you distracted from?
Right.
Some people would say what's really going on. You know, like if they're showing you their left hand, their right hand is behind their back doing something else. Well, yeah, that is part of it. But what they really trying to keep you distracted from is the power within you.
Right.
It's that God's self within you and that higher power within you that has the power by divine right. You were born with the power to shut this whole thing down. So when you stop being involved in madness, eating pork, eating processed food, Kavon, that whatever you're doing is really loud. Sorry.
I left this guy's window open. Hold on.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. Whatever it is, when you just really, really stop and meditate, like Brother Claude said, and really, really just focus on yourself and master yourself and at the same time study your enemy, you have the power within you to create a whole universe.
Right.
So the young brother, Michael Singleton, out in Baltimore, has the power within himself to set off a whole revolution in Baltimore right now.
Right, exactly.
And you don't have to Baltimore to do it because somebody's going to get killed in Texas next week and somebody's going to get killed in Oakland next week. Somebody got killed. 3 people got killed in Oakland this weekend. So whether it's the cops doing it or whether it's young black men doing it, It doesn't matter. All of us, we are being distracted from the true power and the true knowledge and essence of God, which is already within you. Everyone listens to the sound of our voice. So you don't have anything to be afraid of. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
That's right.
Stop trying to run from the reality of what we're facing. We can't run from it.
Right.
So let's deal. Yes.
No, go on. Go on. Finish your point.
That was my point. I know we're running out of time, so I'll leave it at that.
All right. Peace, everyone. This is Professor Griff ZaZa. We're out.
Faith that made it through strong currents and winds that left the others stranded. To sink in the Atlantic, Satan jinxed the planet. Not to get too religious, but who decides when and if your life is finished? If Christ is in us, for the sake of your name, oh Lord.